I can't do much. I've got some biscuits. Would you like a packet of biscuits?
Yeah, mate, I'd love it. Thank you.
Nice.
You wouldn't believe it, I lost $600 today. And I was at KFC. I left my wallet there. I got. Yeah, I owed her money, and she's always borrowed off me, and I've always been the beneficiary. Like she'd have 600 always a fortnight,
Yeah.
but I'd have the 1,100 plus.
Yeah.
And so my money was always. I count back 3 years worth of 500 pluses. I'm like 26 fives. That's like I'm up 15, 18 green in between above her, but in the end, when she got loans on loans, that money just went shortly on drugs, and we come to year 2020 going into.
Did you get into drugs and shit?
Yeah. I smoked bongs for 27 years.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that I ever did.
So you from Victoria?
Yeah, mate. I was born and bred here from North Melbourne, Cunning Street Flats. Then it was Fitzroy Flats, Richmond Flats, Port Melbourne, South Melbourne Flats, and Collingwood Flats. My whole family lived in the whole lot back in the 60s and 70s. Broadmeadows to Heidelberg, Reservoir, Coburg. I've had 6 addresses from Sydney to South Australia to WA. Yeah, got a big family all up. But I'm 44, and I first had my first child when I was 37. I'm a British girl, so I stayed there for 11 years. And she had 4 kids, and then I had my one, and kids. Then I had 5 children. So there's my son was born an uncle with 2 nieces already.
So how old are your kids now?
My boy's 8.
8.
Yeah, I've got a photo. I'll show you.
Don't fall over and break again.
A favourite.
They are lovely with a cup of tea. Scotch finger biscuits, you can't go past them. So how often do you see your family, your kids and stuff?
I've only got one cup. My boy's 8. I haven't seen him since he was 3.5, so 4.5.
Is he in Melbourne?
Yeah. Hey, brother. Hey, my mate. Yeah, he's with his sister-in-law, so that makes it a lot better.
Oh, beautiful.
That knowing that my boy's with the family. Yeah, and he's 3 years ahead of himself. He's got all the arts. He's showing styles. I bought him a couple of dirt bikes. One when he was 3, then one when he was 4. He had 110 presents. They go, Gary, you wouldn't believe it. Well, you stopped buying him a bike because he loves the bikes. He didn't worry about the 110 presents. So I'm like, you've all figured it out. You're wasting your time a little bit. Thanks for wasting mine.
And what about things like work and stuff?
Oh, I've had many of jobs. At the age of 15, Sydney Towns Hall, Potts Point, on an old Bedford truck, filling it up from white, greens and browns, from hotel to motels, from both sides of the city, 6 in the morning, 6 to the evening. Done about a year on that with my uncle.
I did garbage runs for a little while.
Yeah.
I was a football player.
Oh, wait. I've got some good stories about that.
I wasn't somebody that could go out and have a job.
No.
You know, I just didn't enjoy it. But the garbage run meant that I had to move. Meant that I had to get up and move and run, and I really enjoyed it.
Brent Harvey, the record game breaker. He was my mate across the road, so we'd rallied and we were both the same athletes in sport.
Yeah.
He had the pumping pistons, I had the long strides, and we used to tear each other off the ball and run after each other mad. And we had the same go of game, but I chose different in life. I had too much family, and once I first had the bong, I just could never get over it. I'll never forget getting into my 20s. I'd be just lighting that bong, and now I'm just.
So you were addicted to it?
Yeah, I don't care about the dope.
You don't hear that a lot, do you? People being addicted to marijuana.
Yeah, it is an addictive base. It's very hard to come off it. I try to teach a lot of youngsters, like I should have listened for more than myself, I basically haven't changed since I was 14 in size and everything. Just gotten team muscle, basically. Grown a little stature. Was to the ones that are 16 going to 21, 22, I say, but you still could grow because we grow a little more.
Do you want to take the photo while we're sitting?
Yeah, mate.
I'll do it later.
Cool as. And in that, it's been lucky for the stepson of this partner. You wouldn't believe it. My second previous partner with the stepdaughter Rachel, she got her boyfriend. She's 20.
Up, mate.
He's 17. Cheers, brother. No worries, mate. On your buddy. And I'm like, okay, I'll take him on. I looked after him for 6 months, and before I knew it, I was Sergeant of Arms. His uncle was a Sergeant of Arms of the Rebels.
Yeah.
His mother's the only niece to them. and they're related to the Bandinos. We're related to the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
I worked right next door
That's
to
a hairy relationship,
Yeah, it
isn't
is,
it?
mate,
Between
yeah.
the two of you?
Yeah, then I got my auntie over in WA. She was with the Gypsy Jokers.
Yeah.
And then we got him over here in Adelaide for the Davidson's Club in the Outlaws. I'm like, man, there's like six clubs here, and I'll get mixed up here. And there I was, just with my other fifth cousin, Anthony Warren. Well, down at the Crown, he's going out in and out, meeting everybody, and he knows of Stan the Man Fighter's son. He knows AK, that one with the machine guns and all the tattoos.
Yeah.
He knows some hairy people. And my cousin built like a rock. And they used to call him Hulk in prison, and I could understand why. He grabbed 300 kilos with one arm.
Goodness me.
I'm like, that's 300. I'm like,
Goodness me.
and yeah, we're buying wine. He was just dancing up and down the main walk. I ended up, it was cold night. I just had my pram in blankets. I just laid out. All these ladies, I'm thinking, oh, the skirts and the loveliness. I was, it's going to never bloke a bit nice, enticing. But no, it was good enough to respect them at eye levels, and just God me in his hurts. But all the hands were coming out all over me, grabbing money left, right, and centre. And I came back here with $90 just within half an hour.
Well, this is down earlier.
Yeah, this was about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And my cousin had a girl that was in the back of Crown area and in the apartments, and she wanted to date a bloke, and he goes, I thought of one person was you, Gary, of all the blokes in the world, nicest bloke to go so far and so much. So I'm like, okay. And then when they opened the door, I'm like, you told me it was a nice looking sharp one. I've had it. I don't want the bum on the gut no more. You know, like I don't mind. You know, my ex was Karan. She was 160 kilos when I first got with her. This day today, she's in her 80s, but I still love her the way she is. She's plum pudding a little bit, but it's the personality. I wear my heart on my sleeve for her, and I've never worried about it. I used to be so picky. I lost a lot of my years because I was picky.
Yeah.
And then I just went go with what came natural. And
So where are you sleeping tonight?
well, what I do is I end up getting this together and get her together. I've been spending time in Hungry Jack's.
Yeah.
When they go to close out, could be 2 o'clock, 2:33, or 4 or 5 o'clock. Depends on what they've got mustered up. They give it about an hour. They'll clean everything. Everyone has to be out, and then I'll come back in that hour. Open again first thing in the morning. So sometimes I'll
Can
go.
you get a couple of hours out?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go over to Marble Stadium over here.
Yeah.
And I'll be under there, and it's very nice out there. But
They've got the security guards kicking you out?
Yes,
So I
mate.
know that's
They
pretty
wake us
hard
up. Yeah. I think it's a bit lofty, but I could understand why a little bit. From that, I get onto the Bundoora train, and because I've known a Bundoora Park over 30-something years with the family, I've used that joint for several times, and I've stayed there once for 3 months flat out, and one for 18 days, another for 2 weeks, another for
Has
a
it got
week.
power and water on?
No, what I have to do, it's got toiletries, it's got barbecues, it's got huts, it's got a farm there, it's got a golf course there.
Yeah.
It's looked after by police patrol through it, the council patrol through it. There's only one lady living up there now, she's been there for 2 years. She's the only one allowed to stay there. I was there about 9 weeks ago, and the guy at the council come up to me and notified them of me, and they knew of me, and they said, well, I'm allowed to stay here because I do the right thing, I keep clean. And you get disabled people coming up, you get a shitload of families. They book out the cabins for birthdays and several other things. Coming towards Christmas, the whole park's coming in like 1,000 people. It's like, people are lining up waiting to use double barbecues, and there's quite a few of them. There's only like about 10 huts out there.
Yeah.
It's got a cricket oval and all, and then it's got all the rich people there. Had a lady come down, and I seen some feet in the morning, and I'm, hello, who's that? Oh yeah, hi ma'am. She needs to this, that. She goes, I don't want to really hear all right. But she goes, in this bag, there's money, there's food, there's clothing, cleansings, this and that. She goes, just write down anything you want. I've even got brand new shoes for you because of my sons and so forth. I'm like, they sound like big boys. And she goes, just leave it up there. She goes, I'll come down in the morning and pick it up. Well, just come the next day. I was gone that day because a friend that I was trying to help out down that way, he ripped me off $650 because he had a heroin problem. And I thought he wasn't going to do that. He was really for going out, let that go of the South Melbourne Flats and all the junkiness ways. And we lost a friend in that house prior to that, 4 days before that.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it was a week after that. He went back and I was left stranded. I went shopping, come back, he was gone. I'm like, and I come back and I see the workers with the disabled children, talking to them. He's, what you feel, mate? And I go look down, and he's like, and he's got it hanging out of his arm. I'm like, oh,
Shit.
that's where the money's gone. That's what happened. He did say he got stood over with a knife on his throat and his pants were stripped off him. But I still got 2 points of ice I did when I was there. And I couldn't understand why they want to give him a little bit. But I realised in his personality and attitude that he kept that. He's from New Zealand. He can't collect no payments, no nothing.
Yeah.
Only for 6 months in the first 10 years or something. That's all he can get. So,
And what about showering and stuff? How often are you washing?
well, I don't get a chance to shower. I went down to the beach today for 5 minutes, jumped in the water. Now it's freezing me knackers off.
Yeah.
But I could have loved to have stayed in it. But I haven't had one for a while. I go to the bathroom sometimes. I've got sanitizer. I've got swabs. Plenty of that. I've got the packets of Kleenex baby wipes and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're handy, aren't they?
Yes, mate, very much so.
Thank
Bloody
you.
oath,
These
mate.
are pizzas and
Thank you.
chicken as well, bro.
You're a gun, mate. Beautiful of you, mate. God bless
Thank
you,
you.
man. Thank you. Want some? Would you like some?
No, I might do before I go.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice drop.
Oh, look at that. Mama.
Yeah, toss one over.
Yeah, toss one of these or
Yeah,
pizza.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, look at that, mate. That's wow. Oh, we'll get another one. That is fantastic, huh?
Thank you.
That is a
Cheers.
absolute treat.
Cheers,
no.
eh?
No, bless
You gonna
mate.
dig in?
Yeah, mate, I'll go for it. I don't think she put. I'll check if they're spicy. No, they're good. Oh, sorry, I don't think you want one of these. Might want to buy it.
Take one.
She's very picky. Watch this one. I'll do that, and she'll want to be hand-fed a little bit. Zoe, good puppy. Good.
She's getting older.
Yeah, I think she's hey papa, hey baby Zoe, come on. She will after. I'll give her some kisses, and she'll turn around her attitude because she's probably thinking I'm not getting no loving because she's had a good day. Oh.
What about the big issue?
Want this
Have
one?
you got involved with that at all?
Sorry, my friend.
The selling of the big issue. I'm Glenn, by the way.
Oh, Gary, on your
Nice to meet you, sir.
Both with the G.
Yeah, that's right. So what about the big issue and the selling of the big issue?
I haven't heard such a. What would this be? Is it a book, a TV show, a program of?
The displacement magazine that's done by the libraries. The people that are homeless sell to generate income for themselves. And you get given a local. I'm not promoting it all. I'm not attached to it.
Yep.
But you get given a local area, and then there's people that have been selling it in, outside of train stations and things for 6, 7, 8 years.
Oh.
It's just enough to generate income and keep some cash rolling in.
I've seen one guy.
You'll see them. They've got the vests on, the big issue vests.
Yeah, he's selling a book of some
That's
sort.
the one.
Yeah, I seen him on the corner of Flinders.
That's the
I
one.
spoke to him like no tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
It's
still,
just a nice way to earn a few dollars.
yeah. It's easy, like $10. The lady's there. Get $10. No worries. I thought I couldn't even understand what kind of book he had to remember it. But
There's another mod coming out called Human to Human, and it's about people giving space in their backyard to put a small home in, and then people that are living rough, or families, or people living that are homeless on the street.
Yep.
You get the ability out of your payments to maybe pay about $300 a month, $350
That's
a month to
cheap
live
as.
there, and you get power, you get water, you get somewhere to live. Usually a 1 or 2 bedroom place. So that's something that's coming out.
Wow.
So called Human to Human, H to H, which is a great idea.
The
I think that
countries-
would really work.
Little country towns, when you're going past on a train, all of a sudden, oh, there's a lovely house out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
No, it's a caravan, 50 metres off it. It's like, I've got to check that out. And yeah, they're the offerings I reckon are really to go for, because it gets them away from everything that's there.
Yeah.
And the drug use and the continuity of
Yeah.
the flavour of the taste of the lifestyle. I'm going out to the country, more time to kick back, it's a long ride. Communication with people a lot more, get that self-esteem built up, and
Yeah, that's the
progress.
big thing. For me, it was that connection, and because you don't have the money, and when problems arise, you can't deal with it because you can't pay anyone to help you. And that was my big thing. I put the house, the home contents in storage, and I couldn't pay for it, so I lost $20,000-$30,000 worth of furniture. And the company, this was up at Tweed Heads in the border, wouldn't let me go in to sell any of my furniture so that I could pay the debt and then release some of my stuff.
Yeah.
And I lost everything. And again, like, there's nowhere you can go to ask for help.
Yeah.
Because you need money. You know, you need money, or you get a social worker, and the social worker can't handle the legal side of things. It's not their job. So, but anyway, I'm going to get out of your head.
Are you? Yeah, already? Oh, you got to hurry? Oh, damn, this
No,
conversation was
no.
getting gracious.
Yeah, well, I think that's a great. Well, what do you think of that, though? Do you think that'll work?
I think it's a top idea. I think, you know, what's going to be created there from the books to understand. And I remember 15 years ago when there was that many people that really swatted through the town that the government ended up putting down the law of jail time to be caught living down this lane.
But that was turned over, though.
Oh, it had been. I haven't caught up with what's been going on there.
Yeah.
What
The
occurred?
human rights, the activists turned that one over. I read about that not long ago here in Melbourne because they wanted to criminalise homelessness.
Ah.
So that was a massive one.
Oh, darn.
Massive.
Oh, this has got lovely.
So
warm
where
people.
will you head off to later? Just down to Hungry Jack's, or will you go up to Bundoona?
Yeah, I'll be inside Hungry Jack's there, and I'll have there's a little power plug that they forgot. They went to plug them all up. There was one up the top. Like, look at I sound.
To charge your phone.
Yeah. So I've got to climb up to get up top. But I use that, and I've got a charger that I use.
You have with you all the time, yeah.
Yeah, and once this one booms up to 100, I've got 3 slots.
Oh,
that I
you
can
got a
put it in.
backup charger.
Yeah, so I've got to
That's
get
a good
this
buy.
Yeah, it goes 25 to 50, 75 up to 100, and then that will charge my phone like within 45 minutes complete.
Yeah.
And by the time I've looked at it, being home with the previous partner was oh geez, my phone's 100%. Oh, but now I'm struggling because my mind's not indwelling to let that load up. It's a complete different era.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Zoe. That was very kind of you. But she didn't want that, but
You might have been a bit strong there.
yeah, she might want all the beef that comes off of this. Oh, mate, that's nice of the guy, man. I thought
That's a lovely gift. That'll last you for
the night, yes.
get through the evening at least.
Yeah, that'll get me through the night and her right to the morning, I guess. A bit of Nicky, a bit of there, and I'll be on the phone and you know, losing me $600 today. It was a kick in the butt. So I just wanted to take previous partner out to Richmond, go buy some shopping, do some things, go down the Crown area, and just go on the river and just relax and enjoy a meal. And support by buying a
Hello,
cigarettes
beautiful.
and things. And
Hello.
yeah, I was devastated by it. But all in all the good things that have been coming to me over all the years, I'm thinking, you know what, that's just a little something that I give back. And then it took a little cheeky little shit to take me to the pocket each. But that's my fault as well, because I'd normally have just a pocket. And change goes in one, and then I remove in and out. And I'm like,
you're in
pocket.
and out,
Yeah, and then before I know it, I'm trying to work with this little zipper, and it's totally disjointed me about what I've got in control. Yeah, it absolutely got me. It did. Going back, oh yeah, so large sticks, and the hankies. And as soon as that, go back, I completely forgot about it at that moment. That's what occurred to me mind.
What about your washing? Are you getting it done in the trucks that come around, or you?
I didn't know that. I've got the previous partner, once again, her name's Karan.
Yeah.
I'll get her to, I just worked it out with her that
Hand up, mate.
I take, whoa, yeah.
I'll let you go and take care of it, my friend. It was lovely meeting you.
Same again, mate.
So,
Let me come past here again.
I will. I'm asked all the time. I'll stop you. Thanks, Gary. Well, that worked out well. Had a bit of a chat, and Gary was given a couple of pizzas by a fellow, and they were still hot. So I shared a piece. His dog licked me on the face. I don't like that, so I'm just uncomfortable with that. And also allergies and things. But there you go. I hope you learned something. For those of you that bothered to listen, I hope there's a takeaway there.